two sources of physical immunity against the carry, and I think that's wonderful to think about. That's great. So it's gonna be up to how Cartesian will be safe here, but yeah, I think Bren Esports has a straight up chance against Blacklist. Stars and Manjin, what do you think about the draft?
Yeah, I think 1-1 is a bit decent, although it may not be the best, but it can do the purpose of of course, the marksman role. It may shred, but there's no control so much for Blacklist. So I think they can survive. Bren is the Bren, and I'll go for Bren on this one for the benefit of trusting 1-1.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be the yellow team. Bren Esports, this is what you get with the high hero pool. They baited the Esmeralda core. And
All right.
Blacklist did not expect the 1-1, but it's going to be hard because carry scales faster. I mean, farms faster than the 1-1. But in terms of late game, 1-1 wins, bro. Like, yeah, because of the ultimate. So Bren will take my vote.
It's black and yellow instead of black and white here from the panel. Rockart and Seiya, what do you think? Take it
It's
away.
a prank.
It's a prank.
It's a prank.
Now it's on. Let's ultimate of Luwei. Let's go.
Thank you so much for that, Wolf, Manjin, Osiris. First, I'm Rockhard. Rockhard is Seiya. Welcome to Blacklist versus Bren Game 1. Two things. One, Bren is probably Lakers 2000 to 2001. Shaq, Kobe, Robert Horry, Derek Fisher. Oh, anyway, that's them. Second, remember we streamed Zen Esports? I played 1-1 and then they were watching. Coincidence? I'm not sure. Anyway, what do you think about the draft?
Well, to be a basic, it's so fine. It's the stats speak for themselves, and in terms of performance, Bren is on the top notch. And the fact that they have a wide variety of champion or hero pools, it's no mistake to me. I'm going to trust the 1-1 pick right here for the side of Bren Esports, but early game potential. Might mostly likely can be in the hands of Blacklist International if the arrow's pretty on point.
Or if we see like a haze arrow, make a repeat again. Maybe if that happens, we're just gonna go nuts here, right? Is Edward up to the task? Can he do stuff similar to that? We'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. But again, they have a great early game, and I think they are showing that right now. Everyone is converging on the Coco, takes him out right away for first blood here. And Blacklist International, they're off to a great start.
Indeed, and it's kind of take what you get along the way kind of a scenario for the side of Blacklist because they saw that Thomas is. So it's just pretty optimal that you get that kill on the very first minutes of the game because it kind of adds you the economy that you want. And for the side of Bren Esports, they come out that easily simply because look at the threat but that was an arrow catch by him and that was a successful cleanup by Edward but in a brink of a low HP.
Yep. And I think we're seeing again what we were discussing earlier. The strengths of this composition is just great all throughout. They have a late game insurance policy in Riddler using that carry. Everyone knows carry in the late game just demolishes, right? Absolutely. And they have Kufra, Baksha. Man, that's something. Those are tanks you can't actually go through. So Carl Teasy, I think his work is going to be cut out for him. We're gonna see a lot. We are gonna see a lot of time before this 1-1 becomes very relevant. On the top lane, though, I think Blacklist they're already exerting their dominance alongside Bren, Coco, and Lasty. On the top side, I think that will be a steady defense, catching few off guard. That is exactly what Aqua needs to do. On the other hand, however, of course, everyone was busy and they just started converge. Man, that arrow is really difficult to hit on that skip and really like it. Anyway, so far so good here for Blacklist. Can they keep this up though? Against, again, Bren, championship caliber team.
Because, like what we all the early is in the hands of Blacklist International, you have to take note of the mid to late. And speaking of that, that was just a beautiful way of the Dragon by the True to pick off Lasty right there, which leaves Bren Esports to really disengage themselves and to go on. And that's a similar scenario for Blacklist, not really, rushing into getting those pickoffs as much as possible and just, really shoving them away, trying to just go in for pokes. They try to just get objectives.
And objectives will be the one taken by Blacklist right there, very, very easily. Taken up, and Aqua, the way of Dragon into Rebo. Hello, where you going? You're not supposed to be going anywhere. That is exactly what he ensured. That's a great kill, and I think removing Rebo from the equation actually frees up the map. That's one less problem, a long-range nuke problem that you have to deal with. Now, we will be able to see Blacklist probably shine if they take a team fight in the mid lane.
And looking at this composition here, Bren Esports, I think needs to do a little tweaking in terms of getting the
Yeah, of course. Again, let's see what's gonna happen here. On the other hand, let me open that up on the bottom lane with a pretty blinding arrow there. Of course, beautifully done by Edward. Bottom lane will be taken up there by Blacklist International. I don't think they're gonna be done as of yet, because Killer, he's a Basha. He's really tough. He knows what's up. Way of the Dragon by Aqua almost does the trick. But you gotta remember, that is a Esmeralda. It's not very easy to take it down. And now it's gonna be the bottom lane with a little bit of more pushing being done by Blacklist. They're not done. They don't want this to be done yet, because this is momentum. This is exactly what their lineup needs in order for it to shine. And looking good so far, if I may say so myself.
I agree, and this is getting a little bit tricky for the side of Bren Esports, because it seems as if that they can't really position themselves for a good team fight, and it's being, abused or taken advantage of by Blacklist, because they have the crowd control and they have the follow-up with that carry. So it's going pretty well for Blacklist with this carry. And this is also one of the factors that was a nice arrow though, followed by Farce's damage. But good enough away the members of Blacklist. Like I mentioned earlier, this is one of the factors that the panelists were seeing, that the 1-1 is not really as efficient in terms of scaling immediately. That is usually requirement in the game aggression. And Turtle will be going.
Look at that. I can't believe what's happening here. I feel like this should not be this difficult to invade Bren Esports, but apparently Bren Esports, they still got some of that control. Again, Fuse stepping on an Abyssal Trap, not that big of a problem. You know what I think is keeping Bren together is Lasty right there. On the Jawhead, even if someone gets stunned, I think the Jawhead can do a good save onto that target as long as he's nearby. And I guess that's the reason why Blacklist can't go all in, despite, a heavy gold lead in this part of the game. However, it will be Way of the Dragon removed instantly by Carl TZ, so that's a pretty good ultimate out of the count here. Small window again for Bren Esports to maybe get some of that control back from Blacklist International. Now on the ball lane, Riddler and Edward, they're planning something here. I wonder what's going to happen here.
Because the 1-1 can't get a good position and is always being targeted first. So the Zoid was able to throw away Dexter. Dexter no longer developed, but Selena will be getting that arrow in exchange for a kill. Carl Teasy really working his way through the walls, but here onto the middle side goes for his ult, but there will be not enough damage to pick him off, and that was, I think, more of an escape rather than the kill ult for the side of Carl Teasy.
Whew, Carl TZ. Oh my god! This guy cannot catch a break! Aqua, killing spree on the Cho, catches the most important target for Bren Esports. That could be big. They could turn this around real quick. Tower in mid, tower on top. It looks like Blacklist. They want to take this slow. Maybe let's go for a turtle. We don't have to get too excited. That's what they're doing right now.
And I think for the side of Red Esports, the resources are slowly starting to dwindle as Blacklist International is in control of the map right here with the help of the carry, just really giving those spaces and the show way of the dragons. And the pickoffs right there coming from him that is really, preventing Red Esports from going all through. That was an ejector, but it was Killer who was targeted. There goes a knockup right there. It's a bit messy and a bit crunchy right here, Rockhart. But so far they're into that slightly messy fight, but it's enough space for Blacklist International to get this.
I wasn't actually surprised by the way that team fight panned out. You have so many tanks in one team. You have so many tanks on the other. Stuff like that is bound to happen. I wasn't even. I didn't even care that nothing happened. No kills happened there because they're doing exactly what they need. Both teams are playing super duper careful. Obviously, the Blacklist is a lot more careful. It's 7-0 so far on the kill score. But Bren Esports, they're still in control of their parts of the map. That's something you have to note here for Bren. They are still in control. They're not being bullied inside their base like what you usually would see on a 6,000 gold lead fight. So, this could... Blacklist is way ahead. Okay? Blacklist is super ahead, but again, it's not over as of yet for Bren.
So far, again, for the side of Red Esports, it's just taking the lead. And meanwhile, Blacklist is just, being patient. They're not really in a rush to go all out, simply because they just, in terms of item thing, I think it's much more efficient if they have the necessary equipment that they need before getting into that team fight. And going back here, it looks like for the side of the Cho, he's doing a pretty good job in initiating the team fights that is turning into the favor of Blacklist.
Absolutely. Man, Aqua's on fire. 3-0 and 2. I mean, not the usual show we'll see, but definitely the show that we want. Right now, though, it's going to be locked in here by Defender Airstrike. Aqua going to have to dash on out of there, rather, if he wants to make it out alive. And now, Killer is going to be the one who is in target here. Man, what a dive there by Feud. Did that do anything? I do not think so. Will be absorbing a lot of hits from Riddler. Forces him to walk on out there. And that's going to be Carl Teasy going in with a swallow. Great healing from the Revitalized. It looks like they will be able to make it out in time. Again, wasting a lot of ultimates here for Bren Esports.
Because, like what we've said, 1-1 is decent, but not really decent enough against the Baksha right here. Because we already witnessed what happened just now. But not enough to reel the Baksha simply because of the hits that he has up on his sleeve. And again, Blacklist, no, the objectives will be going for the Lord, but Riddler will be the one to be created by one this time around, abusing the HP that they have remaining left, and it's not gonna go there easily, as 1-1 will be having a redeeming value for himself as he goes for a triple kill, and will be transcribing it by taking this Lord for themselves.
Man, that Tiger pace really saving Carl Teasy right there. Again, all you need is some good mechanics and, late game. One can actually do a lot of things. Watch on the replay. Pop already on the crossbow tank. Damage members from Blacklist are already making their run for it. And that is where 1-1 shines. Good luck running from a 1-1 with Tiger pace jumping every time he hits you. It's very difficult to run out there. So, good job for Bren. At least they know their strong points, utilizing the 1-1, utilizing Coco as well as Few. So that he's exactly where he wants to be. Look at that. Look at that attack speed. Look at that. It's hitting like you just need more damage and I think you're set.
Yeah, and that really allowed Bren Esports to, make up for the loss that they have during the early phases of the game. And this is what I've been mentioning earlier, that sure, Blacklist has the early game aggression, but the overall composition of Bren Esports can compensate once the mid to late game arises. And 1-1, yes, pretty decent, wasn't in the position right now it's already showing because the 1-1 right now with that triple kill and with the Lord earlier was able to get items for himself. And look at Coco right now, just really he managed to contain the members of Blacklist onto the middle side and now transitioning into the bottom. This is going to be very interesting. Ejector, killer with that HP. Will he be slain? Yes, he will. And look at that. Oh my god, that beautiful prioritization from the 1-1 right there by Saudi it over. Look, all in through. The domino effect is coming through. 1-1. This is a number one thing for you right now. And realizing this, taking abuse of everything, destroys the tower and will be turning this around. Big comeback for the side of Red Esports. But Carry will be good. The manpower is too strong. Red Esports.
There's no minions.
There's no minions.
Yeah. But don't worry. All the death timers are up in Blacklist. They don't need to rush. They will get a win on Game 1 against Blacklist International Brand Esports. They got what it takes to do a comeback.